Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to this video. This is John from ProgrammingKnowledge and welcome to part 6 of our PWA tutorial for beginners. So from the previous tutorials, we have implemented and added different elements for our PWA project. So we have here a nice looking app where we could click on this hamburger icon and we could see the sidebar menu, where we could navigate to the home section and about section of our app. We also have the add contact or new contact form where we could specify the name and the contact numbers of the new contact. Now, in this video guys, we're gonna try to audit our application and let's try to check and configure all the necessary items that we need in order for us to fully support the PWA implementation. So for example, the offline support, where even if the browser or the phone is offline, we should be able to see a nice interface telling us that we have limited access because of internet issues. Now, in order for us to audit our app, we're gonna have to make use of the Lighthouse tab right here. So go ahead and open that one up, and then you can see here the categories for generating report. We have the performance if you wanna check the performance of your app, best practices, accessibility. We have also the search engine optimization right here. But our concern right now will be the progressive web app, or the status. We're gonna check the status of our PWA project, and then you just have to click on that and then click on this generate report, and we will wait for a few seconds and letting the browser to generate the report for us. Now basically what you could see here is the different items that you want to implement to your project. So for example, we have here the report for our PWA project. So there are items here highlighted with red colors, and also the green ones, it means that we already implemented that or configured that particular item. So there are few items right here that we need to address. So for example, the second one is the current page does not respond with a 200 when offline. So basically our app should be able to respond with 200 status when even if the browser or device is offline. So we need to configure that or add that feature, and then we need to address this start URL also. And we also have the PWA optimized section where we could see the items that we need to address. So for example, the redirect to HTTPS, we're gonna address that later. And we need to set also the theme color for the address bar, and most of the items right here corresponds to the support for iOS devices. So if you want to support iOS devices, then you have to make sure that you address this particular items right here. So the theme color, the content, we need to provide also the valid Apple Touch icon, and manifest doesn't have a maskable icon, so we need to address that those items right here. Now what we could do first is try to add the iOS support for our app. So basically what we could do is change or modify our index.html, and then we're gonna add few items, new link here inside our index.html. So just right below the manifest.json link, we could add a comment right here for the iOS support. Okay, and then iOS support, and in between these comments then we're gonna add the different elements or different lines that could trigger the support for our iOS devices. So the first one will be a link, And then the link will have a rel attribute which has the value of Apple Touch and then icon. And then the href will be, we're gonna use the 96 or the size 96 of our icon. So icon hyphen 96.png. So this is the icon that we're using right here. And we're gonna add another meta tag right here. The name will be Apple Mobile hyphen web hyphen app hyphen status hyphen bar. So again, this particular lines will try to support or add support for iOS devices. So in here, I'm just gonna use a color 6900695C. Okay, and I'm going to add another meta tag right here, which have the name of theme color. So as you can probably remember, we need to set that right here, theme color for the address bar. So content, and then we could use this particular color right here, 00695C, and close that meta tag right here. So save this and let's try to audit first our app. So open with live server. Okay, there you go. And right click on the project and then inspect, and then go to the Lighthouse section or tab, and then click on the generate report. And again, we're just gonna wait for a few seconds to allow the browser to generate the report for us, and then we could see the updated items. So as you can see here, we have the theme color for the address bar. We already implemented that. The second to the last item, which is the Apple Touch icon. So basically now, this particular item provides a valid Apple Touch icon for our app when it is open with iOS devices. Okay, so the other items, like for example the first one for the PWA optimized section, we're gonna address that later on, because we could add a tunnel, or meaning we could upload our app to a secure domain that uses HTTPS right here. Okay, so for now, let's try to look at the fetch event for our service worker. So basically, we could add a event listener. So far we have the install, we have the activate. Now the third one will be for fetch event. So we're gonna try to look at this particular event. So what we could do here is try to add the event listener, and this time it will be fetch. Okay, and then we're gonna specify a parameter for the callback function. So whenever the service worker sends or detected the fetch event, then it should run this particular function right here. So what we could do for now is just to display what is inside the event parameter that we specify here. So console.log, and then the parameter event or EVT for this particular matter. So event, and then close that with a semicolon, and then save, or file service worker.js, and let's just open the console. Okay, and then refresh. We should be able to get the output. So add event listener, and then let's try to check for the fetch event right here. Okay, so let's go to the application tab and then service worker, and we should click on this skip waiting option. It is to activate the new version of our service worker without closing the browser or something. So console, let's just refresh our page, and there we could see all the fetch event that has been detected. So each of these objects right here contains the information, what are the resources that has been fetched or requested by our application. So we have here, the first one is Material CSS. We also have the material icons. We also have the JS file for our materialize, and also the app.js. So all these files are requested or being requested by our app. So that's why it is being detected as fetch, or being detected inside our fetch event. So like here we have the PNG file for our icons right here, and also we have this material icons fonts right here. We also have the service worker.js file. We also have manifest.json. So again, all these files are being requested by our app. So in the next video, guys, we're gonna try to add or configure adding all these assets into the cache, so that every time our app requests these files, we should be able to get that coming from our cache, and we could support an offline version of our app. So I think that's all there is to it in this video, guys, and in the next video, again, we're gonna add the assets or requested assets into our cache. Okay, so thank you again, guys, for watching, and see you in the next video.